In this video, I want to talk all about neck and shoulder pain. I want to give my 3 top tips to help you get rid of this nagging, annoying pain. We're going to talk through those tips so you can put them straight into your daily lifestyle. So let's dive straight in. If you're new to the channel, my name's John. I'm the head sports injury therapist at John W Sports Injury, and I want to help you be free from pain. And one of the most common things we see in our clinic is this neck and shoulder pain. Pain that typically runs from the shoulder up through the neck and into the base of the skull. Because what we've got here is a couple of key muscles, being our upper traps or upper trapezius muscle, and also our levator scapular muscle running up and through. It can often lead to tension headaches as well, but general soreness. I think it's one that we all probably suffer with. And I think it's the most common pain because it's our body's often natural posture adaptation, if you like. I think if we have any stress, if we sit at a desk for a long period of times, if we do manual work, we end up in this hunched shoulder position. And the problem with this position is that we're shortening and tightening these muscle fibers. So over time, they become very tight and can become very problematic. So what should you do about it? Well, let's start with the simple thing. The first tip being heat. I find that using heat as a form of therapy can be very helpful for these muscles. It tends to be that over a period of time, the muscles have got shorter and tighter, develop these trigger points. So by applying heat, and this could be using a hot water bottle, it could be a hot bath, it could be rubbing in deep heat, that will allow those muscles to start to loosen, to get an increased blood supply to the area, to just allow them to relax a little bit. Next, we can move on to thinking about stretching. So we know that the muscles have got short and tight, that's causing us the problem. So what we want to do is stretch out and lengthen these muscle fibers. So let's think about what we know in order to get a good stretch. So we know that these muscles run from the shoulder tip here and they run up and into the base of the skull. So to get our best stretch, we want to pull those two parts away from each other. So how do we do that? Well, if you place your hand into the small of your back, that will start to fix this shoulder down. For sort of a double impact in acting on that shoulder being down, we can start to hold that shoulder down or depress that shoulder. Then if we take our head away, you'll start to feel a stretch coming through this area. So by holding those 2 points away, and we look to hold that for 30 seconds. Now, if you want to double up on that stretch and catch one of the other muscles in there, what you can start to do is just start to, I call it a chin tuck, but from that position, just start to look to the floor and you'll feel that stretch becoming a little bit tighter as we move into that levator scap muscle, that one that elevates the shoulder. So holding this one as well for 30 seconds will allow you to get a 1 minute really good stretch throughout that area. Do that on both sides and we should start to feel those muscles becoming looser. We can also use things like massage. We can use things like massage guns. I tend to find it can be a little bit sensitive working around these areas. So just make sure that we're working into the muscle bulk in there so that it's not too sore, but stretching can be really helpful as well. But what we're doing with those first 2 tips is that we're looking at fighting the symptoms. We're looking at settling down the problem. What we can actually do, and I suppose the best thing we can look to do, is look to correct what caused it to be a problem in the first place. So we know that these shoulders are lifting and becoming short and tight. So what's happening is the muscles that are designed to keep those shoulders in their natural place are being overpowered by these overactive upper traps. So what we want to do is, yes, stretch and calm down those upper traps, but strengthen up the lower traps or the mid traps, the muscles that are lowering that shoulder blade, designed to hold those down. So how do we do that? Well, typically in clinic, I might give an exercise that I call the Hitchhiker. What we want to do here is lie flat down on our front. Take both our hands out into a 90 degrees position, a crucifix position if you like, and stick our thumbs up, hence the name of the exercise, the Hitchhiker. Then what we look to do, keeping those shoulders down, so don't elevate through the upper traps, keeping those shoulders down is lift those hands off the floor. And you should start to feel those shoulder blade muscles engaging. Hold that for about 5 to 10 seconds as an isometric contraction and then relax. And look to repeat this 10 times. And what we're trying to do is retrain those muscles to start working so that when the upper traps naturally become tight, they have the ability to maintain their position and keep those shoulders in that nice lower position. One final tip that I always give to people if you're sitting and working at a desk is review your seating height. I tend to find lots of people sit too low. If when we get into work or we sit at our desk, whether that's at home or in the office, place your hands into your lap because that will relax these shoulders. Now, without lifting at the shoulder, bring your hands to be in line with your elbows. Now, that's where your keyboard and mouse should be. If you're finding that you're having to reach up to your desk, even a small amount, that's going to be making those shoulders get extra tight. So lift that chair up. Even if your feet come away from the floor, bring something under your feet because that's going to give a better position for those neck and shoulder muscles. We want to keep these down and back. That's our best shoulder position. So where possible, keep them down. Follow these tips and hopefully that can help you out with that nagging neck and shoulder pain. Remember, you're not alone. In my opinion, it's the most common pain because of this postural abnormality we get, but we can definitely do things about it. Has that been helpful for you? I hope it has, and if it has and you made it this far through the video, you could do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. That's going to show me this is the type of videos that I should be making, and why not hit that subscribe button so I can see you on our next vid. See you then.